I'm going to show you guys the decks we're using for the career destiny. Pick a card. And I'm also going to show you guys what are going to be your crystals to choose from for this. So let me put this one back. And put this down. So these are going to be, plus the angel answers and our astro dice, these are going to be our decks for this reading. So we're going to be doing some black moon astrology to see what comes out, because there can be certain areas of your chart that are very lit up that really are going to tell you where to kind of focus for finding your purpose, your destiny, or just how to further your career. And then we have the Ethereal Visions Tarot. Got life purpose out here because, well, it goes with it, obviously. And then we have more of the angel answers for possibly, like, I mean, you guys were seeing some of the stuff that was coming out with them before, so we will get... Oh, thank you for the follow. So let's go ahead and get into this. For my group, one, we're gonna be having the titanium aura quartz, or titanium quartz. We're gonna be having the Smokey Amethyst, green Moonstone, and we're gonna be having some Pyrite. So let me go ahead and show you guys them up close. First we have the titanium quartz. I'm going to show you guys the pink tip. But then we have, let me see if I can hold this in a way where you guys can see rainbows. But we have the Smokey Amethyst. Wanted to stop showing your zoomed in, but that's our Smokey Amethyst. And then we have our green Moonstone, I don't know why my hand is like having trouble finding the camera. Just give me a moment. I'm over here like losing the camera with the green Moonstone. I feel like you guys are kind of floating off and not necessarily having it's like you're connected, but it's like you keep losing what you're doing. So if that resonates, possibly that could be your pile. And then we have Pyrite over here. Very sparkly Pyrite. And it does have these hematite inclusions over here. Okay, so those are our choices. So let's go ahead and jump into these readings. Okay. So what is in store for my titanium quartz in the field of career, purpose, destiny? Let's see what's going on here. Okay, first thing we get out is Mercury retrograde, reinvention. With this being reversed, I almost feel like for this group, you're already doing something that you're supposed to be doing. Because it's not like you're completely redoing everything. You might be jazzing something up, but there's something you're already doing that's part of either adding to your career or putting you on the right path. Like you even have lunar eclipse change reverse. There is this energy that there's something that you don't need to change. Especially if you've been really feeling like people aren't noticing certain things. There is not, like, it's not you. There's something going on with other people. Don't go changing something. Yeah, some of you are really trying to be forced in some kind of direction over here. Because this Mars reverse is almost like you guys are really being shoved. I almost feel like you're being pushed around to do certain things and you're not even sure if this is what you want to do. And it's like there's something that you feel like because you guys even had part of fortune reversed here, which is like, how you make money out of this thing, like, is it beneficial? And you're having this energy of it being blocked. So if you're feeling forced, like you're not happy doing something, this is pretty much showing you, you're not going to make money at it either. Like, this is not where you're going to find your abundance. If you're being forced to change yourself or you're being forced to do something completely different and it really does not align with you, this is pretty much your soul crying out and telling you, no, this isn't what's going to help you. It's actually going to block you. Especially if it's other people telling you what you're good at. Like I said, it's going to be blocking some money. We got Taurus reversed over here too with I have. It's feeling like you don't have what it takes. When in reality, you already have it. You don't have to change anything. This is almost coming out like a motivational speech. It's like, I feel like your guides are coming through here very heavily and saying that there are things you do not need to change. You already have this thing instead of feeling like you don't have it and not having the confidence in yourself, because Taurus is also like value. And it's like you don't have this value and you keep changing yourself to fit what other people will tell you you'll be good at. When in reality, you already know. Like, you don't need to keep changing anything. You need to go with what feels natural for you. And that's where you're going to get this abundance over here. If you keep changing things and, like, going off of, like, being pressured, you're going to keep blocking yourself. So let's see what the tarot has going on for you here. We got the Empress. Like I said, you guys already got what you need. You can create what you want to create. You don't... Empress is somebody that got her shit, okay? She has her energy. She can create what she wants. She's abundant. She's naturally abundant. Like, you guys going... If you're feeling pushed, like I said, you're blocking your natural abundance from flowing in right now. Yes, for some of you, this is definitely a big moment. So far, we've only gotten Major Arcana. You have the Tower here that it feels really hard to not go with the flow. It's easier to not fight the tide here because it's almost like this tower isn't falling apart. If anything, it seems like the lightning bolts are coming from the tower. This person is falling with a mask on their face. This is saying like all this facade that you've been putting up, yes, it is falling apart because the real you's trying to emerge, which is this Empress. Like hiding your Empress energy because people are insecure and trying to put you in a box obviously is going to make this transition a lot harder. But you guys are already falling out of the place. You need to let the mask fall off too. It has a blue ribbon. You need to speak your truth. And you have, like I was saying, you have 8 of Cups, 10 of Wands. You need to leave these opinions behind, especially if they affect you on a very deep emotional level. It could be people you feel are very important to you. And like they would only want what's best for you. When in reality, they're making you box yourself in. They're cutting you off. So you need to cut them off. You need to look to where you can go. The moon in this picture is like, follow the intuition here. You have what you need. You're carrying around a big bag of sticks for no reason. Like, you are carrying around the opinions of others. This is literally how I'm feeling with this. You're just carrying around opinions. And they're weighing you down. And it's making you feel like you can't do anything right. Because you're trying to appease what everyone wants. You're wanting to, like, it's like the people-pleasing thing. You want everyone to like what you are presenting. But in reality, all you're doing is placing burdens on yourself. Because it's going to fall apart anyways. Like, everything you're trying to keep up. So why don't you just take your power back and be like, you know what, screw it. Let it fall apart. But I'm going to be in control of it. I'm going to walk away from the stuff. I'm going to throw their sticks back at them. They can keep it. And then you have the 9 of Cups. Because that's where you find your abundance. Telling them to take their sticks back. You don't want their sticks. This is like wish fulfillment. It's like you open yourself up once you start doing this. I mean, yeah, you have all this that you're needing to work through in here, but you are the Empress and you are working on your 9 of Cups, being perfectly happy with where you are. And yes, you have to go through all this hard stuff in the middle, but it's helping you change to where you're proud of what you have instead of always changing it in order to fit a mold. And then you got the Hierophant reversed underneath the deck. When I see that, okay, my voice. Like I said, throat chakra, guys, that blue. And there's blue in this crystal over here too. When I see the Hierophant reversed, it immediately makes me think of Rebel. This for you guys, if it's dealing with career and purpose, you're supposed to be a rebel. You're not supposed to be like fitting into these molds. This isn't energy where it's like I'm following tradition. This is like I'm breaking tradition, which is probably why it's hard. Because other people could be telling you you're wrecking things, you're like literally breaking traditions. And they're trying to change that. They're trying to put you back in the box. If you allow it, I mean, it's not, I mean, you can allow it, but it's still going to fall apart. So it's like, make the choice. Do you want to show your Empress off, or do you want to allow events to just literally make you show her anyways? Either way, you're going to be going through some really drastic changes very rapidly. But it all has to do with literally sticking you back on your path over here instead of carrying around everyone else's guilt and emotions. For some of you, animals are a big thing here, like working with them. Hello, Tommy. So for some of you, it's actually working with animals. There's a lot of ways you can work with animals. I used to be an animal nurse, so obviously there's that route. Like actual animal medicine. This could also be for those of you that possibly pets would actually be a good thing that would calm you, especially if you work from home and you feel anxiety a lot. Pets could actually be something that brings you some more stability and comfort. And this Empress is someone who's very in touch with nature. So that could be very beneficial too. Could help you ground. So school, some of you are either in school for your career, and this is pretty much telling you you don't need to change. If people have been telling you to change your field of study, like possibly telling you there's no money in it and things like that, this is kind of warning you against throwing something away that you've been working for. Because there's a lot of emotional energy with this, like being pushed in a direction. But this also could be that for those of you that are having trouble finding direction, you're actually going to find it more by allowing yourself to either research topics of study, things like that, or even go back to school. Could open up avenues too. It's going to feel very strange though, because having this tower energy, these things are going to come in unexpectedly. So you might get an invite to it too. Some of you, it's literally being a teacher in any shape and fashion, because you actually inspire people to learn. And that's another thing too, because this kind of energy where you're walking away from people forcing you to be things, there's a lot of people that are going to say there's no money in teaching or whatever you want to do, like with your field, if it's this kind of thing. But at the same time, you have to realize, like, would you rather carry around their opinions for the rest of your life and like do what they feel will make you money, or would you rather do what you love and then still make money? Like, because that's going to come regardless of what you choose to do. Even if someone's telling you there's no money in a career, you're going to be provided for whichever way. But you have to choose to drop these opinions and quit letting them kind of push you somewhere else. Like, whoever is pushing you, or a group's pushing you or something, they are very money oriented. They aren't really about what makes you happy. So, speaker. There is just, some of you could actually be people that want to speak out for kind of things like injustices with animals. Some of you could literally be professors at schools, or people that are professors of thought, even if it's not like an established school or something. It could be someone that really has that voice that captures attention, someone that really is able to put their talents out and it draws the right people in. Even people that are realizing that they're stuck, you can have a voice that draws people in, and your energy itself is very healing for them. It actually helps them unlock their aptitudes as well. Okay, you guys, I don't know how many times I gotta say this, but they are definitely gonna say it again. You guys do not need to change. You don't need to bend to someone else's will. You're doing the right thing. If you love what you're doing right now, even if people are telling you you're gonna make no money in it, even if you're in school and they're telling you to change your thing and it's causing this big uproar, you know what's going on. You're on the right path. You need to keep doing it. Don't change for no damn body. Because, like, this is like a soul thing that you're doing, which is why you're being pulled to all this energy, like feeling guilt over not listening to people. Don't let their insecurities keep you from what you're doing and let you fall into a rut with it and not trust it. Okay. Like I said, some of you are in school. Maybe you're going to be graduating a year from now. But for some of you, it's going to take you a while to be comfortable with this energy. You probably won't feel fully comfortable with being this, like, you might get pieces out. You might start understanding it a little bit more. But it's going to take you about a year to really, like, come into your own with this energy. So don't rush yourself. It's there for you, okay? You're doing the right thing. Allow yourself time. For those of you that are waiting to get into school and you're just like, is this going to happen? You're probably going to be waiting another year, and that's because you're going through this energy right now. It might feel like things are falling apart if you don't get in there right now, but just know that things are going to pick up. You're just being called to do something different right now with your time than going to school. Communicate clearly. Like I said, there's some big communication for this pile. And this is coming out with this tower energy. This right here, especially since there was that mask, you guys are going to feel like it's hell almost to really stick to your guns with this, because it's almost going to be like things around you just feel like they're kind of falling apart. But you need to stick in what you're saying. Also, for those of you that are doing school presentations or things where you are actively speaking and it feels like really, really daunting, like it's like a huge thing and you don't want it to be a mess, it's just really communicate. Be open, be vulnerable. If you need to practice, because this school thing can also mean like kind of like homework type energy. So learning, researching, see what's best for you in order to get your point across. Okay, so these two both came out. We have look for a sign and listen to your intuition. This coming out with the 8 of Cups. This is trying to show you, for those of you that are having trouble and you're kind of like, I don't know this direction. I don't know if I'm choosing the right thing. You're literally being told, like, before you go walking off and doing something, look around for some signs here. You guys, I haven't really seen repeating numbers for this group. So the form that your signs are going to come in isn't really going to be numbers as much as it's probably going to be something else. It's probably, if you do have pets, it's going to be through them showing up at certain times when you're not sure of things, possibly randomly tuning into videos that are like I said, for some reason motivational speaker came in here. It could be randomly tuning into podcasts, videos, things like that all of a sudden give you an answer and you're like, okay, well that works. It's like, learn to listen to this. Because even though teaching is part of what some of you are doing, you also need to learn to listen in order to teach in pretty much any capacity. Get more information. Like I was saying before, those of you that are really getting called to talk right now, start talking. Do your research and learn so that you have ways of communicating what you want to communicate. Some of you literally like this speaking thing because it's going back and forth, whichever way it is, whether you're needing to learn, whether you're going to be teaching others. Make sure you have enough information, not only so you're giving correct information, but so that you feel confident. Because being weighed down by opinions does a number on our confidence. So the more backed up you feel, the more you feel really strong in what you have to say in your voice, the less likely you are to crumble under the pressure. in the near future. So this coming out with this energy where obviously doing something that other people want you to do is not going to give you the abundance. Doing what is true to you is going to bring you this Nine of Cups energy very quickly. Some of you, you're going to be talking to groups of people a lot more sooner than you think. But like I said, it's going to take a while for you to be at home in the energy. Obviously, if you feel uncomfortable, the more studied you are, the more well-versed you are in your subject of choice or whatever you feel very called to, the easier it is going to be for you to actually speak about it, to talk about it, and feel comfortable while you're exchanging information and ideas. Also, it could be your speaking is what's going to get you more information. But there's definitely developments happening and good things coming in like literally in the near future over here. In the near future, if you believe. I mean, this kind of puts a nice summary on this. This is like basically saying, for one, the belief in self over here over all this outside noise. Belief in being able to say what you need to say. This is just like knowing things are going to turn out okay because you're making the right choice here. So let's go ahead and get out some astro dice with our... Okay, so I'm doing 5 again for everybody. So we have Mars. We got the 3rd house, which doesn't surprise me with all this communication you guys have going on. We got 10th house, which is our career house. Gemini again, because Gemini rules 3rd house, so we got more communication. And the house of self-worth and making money. Okay, so if you guys were not sure before, I'm going to say this again. You guys definitely are going to make money by being honest with yourself and saying what you need to say. Because you have the house of self-worth, that's money, value, your environment. You have both the 3rd and Gemini here, which is communication, working with your hands, which could be the school, like doing school projects, working with animals with your hands. You literally have 10th house, which is career. So for some of you, especially like, you know, if you watch spiritual things, you might be like, everyone talks about very spiritual paths, and you're like, but this seems like really mundane. Everything has its place and everything has magic in what you do. If you're teaching and light bulbs are going off across the classroom, those connections are magic. So this right here, very specifically, because you have Mars with force reversed up there, and you have Mars in a water sign. Mars will be moving into Cancer after its transit in Gemini. So on April 24th, we're going to be having the Mars in Cancer. So this could be showing you guys, especially since you got some in the near future energy, this could be showing you guys that around the end of April, there is going to be news. There's going to be stuff on the career front for you. And there's going to be this drive. And it's going to be an emotional one because you have this 8 of Cups and it's going to be in Cancer. There's going to be this drive that happens that pulls you emotionally and intuitively towards doing something, especially if you've been fighting it and you've been doing what other people are telling you. You're going to get to this place where you're feeling a lot more grounded and you're feeling like you can speak what you need to, because this Gemini being with this earth energy, this is going to help you ground your words. It could actually help you write your words out. And it definitely is going to help you with speaking with more passion, with this 3rd house having fire energy. It could also deal with people that you would consider as close as feeling like they're sisters and brothers, like siblings, even if they're not family. This could be like a group coming around you and really trying to help you gain that confidence Like I said, some of you are going to get more information through talking through other people, like close communications. But having this house of value and water as well is learning to value and trust your like intuition, like looking for these things, because this career thing is going to happen very rapidly. It's in air. So you're either having Saturn return or like around this 10th house energy. And Saturn is 10th house energy actually, because its a natal natural ruler is Capricorn. So it's almost like you're having a lot of career energy amp up right now, and that's why you're having all this oppression happen at the same time. It's like, are you going to keep going towards it, or are you going to crumble under the pressure, like, you know, the tower energy? Oh, thank you for following, Tommy. So that's what I got for my titanium quartz. And talking about titanium quartz, obviously we can look at some of the colors over here with it. I'm saying you can look at it, and I'm like sticking it somewhere where you can't see it. But it has this beautiful pink energy. It has purple, it has blue, and all of these energies are the higher octave. It's the throat, it's the third eye, and it's the crown. So all of these energies are trying to get you to realize you are tuned in. Like, you know, your thing said, you're on the right path over here. You need to trust it. You're in, ow, my elbow, in this Empress energy. And you definitely have this speaking thing, because quartz brings clarity. Like any quartz will bring clarity. It brings discernment. But having these rainbow effects in this upper chakra is you being really in tune with the fact that you know what you're doing, and realizing people are pushing against you, and learning to trust. Because the more you trust all of this info that is coming through here, the faster and more rapid these changes are going to come in. So our next group is our amethyst, that I'm gonna like slowly slide up there. But let's see what we have coming through for our amethyst group. Career, destiny, purpose, all that good stuff. Okay, we got some feel energy, all up in the feels with the Cancer energy. Oh, Grand Trine. Okay, some of you guys are really in tune right now. Solar eclipse. And you guys are going to get a pretty rude awakening when we have these eclipse seasons. And Saturn truth. Okay, for this group here, there's a split, because the more you go with your emotions, the more vulnerable you are, and the more you're trusting your intuition, these blessings just start pouring in. And then there's an abrupt halt, because all of a sudden you stop being honest with yourself. And it's like, why is this happening to me? Things were just going so good. It's because you got to a point where you stopped following the actual thing you set out to do. You got kind of caught up in the emotional roller coaster of it and lost your intuition along the way. Now, this solar eclipse energy is like the moon is moving in front of the sun. This energy is like covering this bright sun energy with this darkness, to where you can actually look, as you're not supposed to be looking at eclipses, but it's like you can see the darkness over the light. This is realizing that this truth, like there's a lot of darkness in your truth, and it's okay to express that. Because some of you feel like there are certain things that you keep buried because it's going to be not something that people like. It's not going to be to their taste. That doesn't matter. If you want to keep cutting off your blessings, then definitely be afraid of your darkness over here. But there's actually a lot of blessings that, I was about to say, there's a lot of blessings that come from being honest and sharing your darkness. And you got Taurus. And it's upright. This is like that flow. Like, you have Taurus and Cancer over here. These energies sextile each other. They create opportunity. So you listening to your intuition and going with your gut and what you feel, actually, it brings you money. It brings you value. It's when you stop trusting it that you start blocking things off. It's when you start trying to go against this energy and try to hide things that all of a sudden things stop. So if you're feeling like things are really stuck, maybe kind of reevaluate some things. Kind of try to do I don't know why list is coming up. Try to write a list of things you've done and when things were flowing in, maybe even times of the year when things were flowing in and what you were going through and what you were doing at that time. It might show you a pattern of why things block off, and then why all of a sudden they pick up is because you're doing something different. Okay, guys, we're gonna just throw everything out here. First thing we have is Six of Swords. Now, with this I feel energy, the first thing I heard is leaving logic behind. That just straight up came through with that energy. Definitely, I mean, a lot flew out for you guys. So we're going to go along the line here. So leaving behind logic. This right here is like really tuning into the mind's eye here, because he kind of looks like he's meditating. It's not like he is necessarily ignoring things. He's going to his space here. And this cup has angel wings. So this is almost like the guides coming through and helping you with this energy. And then the Nine of Wands dropping this stuff you've been fighting for a long, like, you really fight this a lot. You got the Magician. You guys have so much energy when it comes to all this over here. Even got 10 of Pentacles. There's money over here, guys. Okay. Obviously, walking away from logic is your magic power. Now, obviously, don't walk away from common sense. There's a big difference between overanalyzing and common sense. We're not saying walk away from common sense. But what you're trying to do here with this Five of Swords and the Four of Cups is you're trying to find what interests you, because right now it almost feels, I mean, it feels like a lose-lose situation, because sometimes you get a little too wrapped up and then you're not really following what's over here. So it's like that overthinking starts kicking in again. And then it makes you feel like nothing's good enough because you're just overthinking and overthinking. You dropping that and realizing, hey, I've gone through enough shit and I fought my battles, I'm good now, that is going to just open some shit up. Because this Ten of Pentacles right here, it's just like, here is everything. There's even a happy dog sitting in there. So all of this energy is basically like telling you this is where your power is over here, is when you drop these assumptions about yourself and you trust it. For some of you, it's like in meditation. And you guys are being told, make a decision and move already. Just straight up. Because this stuck, blocked off energy, it's like having the world in front of you, looking at everything, the expansive, like, what can I create? Like, this is the beginning. And then all of a sudden, this Nine of Wands over here is like, now we're going to charge ahead because we've seen it. You guys have more than enough potential sitting over here to just charge forward and do things. It's when you're blocked off and not expressing yourself. There's a lot of expression and initiative in Wands energy too. It's like you're dropping the heavy baggage and you're bringing in new life energy, and you're learning to move forward and do it boldly instead of feeling like, you know, you have to tiptoe around other people's feelings and like sugarcoat the truth. That isn't how you operate. And we, okay, in case I didn't mention it before with the Ten of Pentacles, we have infinite abundance. Like, just in case. I mean, you know, the point was missed. We're going to bring up some abundance again. You guys, like I said, you have Grand Trine, Ten of Pentacles. You got the Magician over here, infinite abundance. There's just, there's this energy over here where it's just waiting for you to work through this overthinking mental block that blocks off your intuition. It makes you doubt your truth or how you should speak and all those other things. It's like these doubts are not serving you well at all. We got study. With this coming out here, especially with that Four of Cups energy and this like Nine of Wands, there's some things you guys have really been putting your energy into that are draining you. And there's actually a lot better ways about going about this. There's probably some options you haven't explored yet that actually would bring you a lot of benefits. If you would, especially like monetary wise, if you just kind of go back and start researching some things a little bit, there's probably stuff you missed. This is almost like Virgo energy, like combing through things again, giving things another once over, especially with this owl in here is like just staring over his back like, you know, I really think you missed something here. It's probably like some kind of key that you're waiting for to help you process all these things easier so you're not feeling like you're getting stuck all the time. Okay, I don't know how many times you guys are going to be told you're supported. Like, infinite abundance, support, Ten of Pentacles. You guys are just getting the whole thing here that's like, just be freaking honest. Just say something instead of turning inward and not saying anything. You guys are really getting pushed to do this before the solar eclipse. Writing. You heal other people with your writing. Now, if you don't feel adequate with your writing, some of the studying could be studying different like types of writing. Like, you guys need to know that this ability you have, especially if you're writing truth, if you're writing things that have happened to you, possibly a life story, it's like if you feel things are too dark, oh well. Like, this is where your stuff comes from. If people can't stomach it, then they can just move on. But you need to allow yourself to be creative, fully creative, not like a filtered creative. And then body work. This right here, it can mean things where, I mean, there's a lot of working with hands energy here too. So this could be very Gemini energy, especially with the Magician here. Kind of like a jack of all trades. But, I mean, even in writing, it says you heal, inspire, teach, entertain with your words. Whether, I'm pretty sure that's whether you're writing or not. But then you have like body work with energy healing, physical therapy, massage therapy. There's just a lot of energy here where you can transmute energy and help other people. Whether it's emotions, darkness, like literally helping people, like Reiki, things like that. Or actually being in the medical field, because we do have the symbol of the medical field sitting on here too. So if you're like in that and you're not sure, like, yes, you are going to be fully supported in that. Freedom. You're free to do what you choose. You are supported in what you want to do, what you feel like doing. I don't know why I shuffled an extra one, but that one's going over there with the rose quartz on top of it. So trust yourself a little more. And then you have flowers. Some of you, like I was saying, there's a lot of nature here. Working with the elements, all these kind of things. Either that or just having plants around your home to bring you a sense of stillness and calm, like while you're learning, while you're writing, while you're doing all these things. Some of your energy work and body work and everything could be through cooking. You could be a nutritionist. You could be preparing diets for yourself that actually help you with, you know, being more in tune with your body. There's just like a lot here. This infinite abundance, I feel, is not just monetary abundance, but I feel like the things you can do. It's like infinite abundance of creativity. It's just like giving yourself the freedom to explore different things instead of putting yourself in a box. Big happy changes happening over here with this infinite abundance and freedom. It's almost like once you guys realize that you have like this potential, you have the freedom to like try all these different things, it's going to create a lot of happiness. It's going to make things change very rapidly because you're allowing your intuition to guide it. It's like you're leaving behind that feeling that you need to have a reason for everything, and you're just like going with it and you're having fun. And that's what's definitely going to bring in some abundance. And then we have forgiveness. This Five of Swords energy, I feel like this group is very internal. And that Five of Swords really isn't, I mean, it could have been words other people have, but this is like learning to forgive yourself. Don't be down on yourself for not knowing everything. That's what this study thing is here. Learn more. There's nothing, I mean, there's infinite knowledge. Like, just go and learn more. It's like there's this infinite abundance isn't just money, guys. Like, this is saying abundance. It's not saying infinite money. It's saying abundance. So you can apply that to all areas. And if you need more knowledge, get more knowledge. Like, don't be down on yourself and beat yourself up because you don't understand everything or the answers aren't right in front of your face all the time. I mean, you might look at people and feel like they got their life together and everything, but you don't know what's going on behind a screen. So allow yourself a little compassion here and be a little nicer to yourself instead of beating yourself up. In the near future, for some of you, this money's coming up pretty quick once you realize this. Because this in the near future is like all over this Ten of Pentacles. And kicking off the Nine of Swords. Not the Nine of Swords. Some of you just have a lot of anxiety. Kicking out the Nine of Wands. Clearing out that room. And then bringing in that Grand Trine blessing energy. It's like there's just a whole lot of it flooding in here. But that's by realizing that you're supported in this, that you have freedom to try to do different things. It's also in learning. Like, the more you learn, like, the more quickly this is going to come into your life. Like I said, the more you learn, the more quickly it's going to come into your life. Get more information. You guys, definitely, if you're feeling writer's block or any kind of creative block, just be a sponge and learn things. Like, this, like, don't be so hard on yourself. Like I said, for not knowing things. We're all human. There's going to be things we don't know. Go ahead and study up. Learn from other people, like, what certain things are if you're really interested in it. Like, find your way you learn too, because this study energy is also knowing how you retain information. Like, study in a way that you retain it. Like, if you retain it through writing everything down, through listening to like audios, to having to talk to somebody, having visuals, whatever it is, however you learn best is the kind of habit you need to develop, so that way you actually retain the information. And then you have trust coming out over here. Trust that you know what you're like. The more you learn over here with these different things, I mean, the timing here is pretty much like as you build up and do these things, like, it'll happen quicker. It's not saying a specific time. It's literally the near future. This is you guys really working on this. I could see this being before the eclipse. that you're really stepping into this energy and learning to trust it. But the thing is, the way you're going to learn to trust it is by doing. Like this Knight of Wands energy, just do the damn thing. Whatever it is that you're scared of, like you don't have to know everything to start something. You can learn along the way. Like the way you learn is through like actually doing something instead of just sitting there. If that's the way you guys learn and you haven't been doing it and things haven't been happening, then that means just stick your foot out and start doing something. If you don't know how to do something, then learn how to do it. Like there is so much learning tools at our disposal, especially with the internet. You can pretty much learn to do anything. Like I friggin' watched a video on how to wire wrap some jewelry, and I wrapped a few of my gems and some earrings and stuff, because it's like I wanted them to be jewelry, and it's like I had never done it before, and it could have been a complete mess, but you know, I tried something different and I really enjoyed it. So this is kind of like letting you know, if you don't know something, go and study it. Like go read up on it, watch a video, kind of like try your hand at it. And then bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm saying there was no time limit, but you guys have a bottom of the deck a year from now. But I think since this is an overall energy, you guys are getting these things in the near future. But the thing is, like I said, there's a lot of abundance. I don't feel like every single bit of it is going to come in at once during this year. You're going to start learning that you're supported, and the more supported you feel, the more freedom you're going to give yourself. And this is going to keep happening the more you learn. Now, once you develop this sense of trust and you're very comfortable like being in your truth, it's probably going to take you some time. Like, I think that's honestly where this is coming in. It's not like you're waiting a year for blessings. It's more like what you're doing is you're building yourself up to where you are comfortable with your truth with this. It's going to take work to do this as well. So don't be hard on yourself. Like this forgiveness thing, like I'm saying, take time to learn things instead of being hard on yourself because you don't know everything intrinsically and feel like you should have it dropped on your head somehow. So let's see what these Astro Dice got for you guys. Come on. We got 3. I need 2 more. Let's see what we got. So we got Scorpio. We got 11th house. Got 9th house. Got 3rd house. Okay, guys. And we have Jupiter. For one, Jupiter and blessings. Well, we'll just throw that out there. Jupiter and all these blessings. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are having Jupiter returns this year, with Jupiter going back and forth in Aquarius and Pisces. If you know where your Jupiter is, that could be where some of these blessings are coming from and why it would be like so randomly thrown throughout the year. For others, this could be that your 11th house is really getting a lot of attention. Now, if you're writing and you have 11th house placements, with this fire energy being here, it's almost like saying like allow passion to take over this writing energy. Have more freedom with it, express yourself more freely. Especially with this 9th house, it's like being in tune with your learning, and 9th house is study and learning as well. Like it's that spirituality. Like 9th house and Jupiter are like the same thing here with that Sagittarius energy. You being able to bring a little bit of water energy to this expansive energy is pretty much allowing you to expand your knowledge through your intuition, through what you're pulled through naturally. And like, because you have this trust energy over here, and that I feel with the Cancer over here. especially if you have a Cancer energy ruling your 9th house. This could literally be some of that energy. Also, for those of you that are dealing with Saturn, because Saturn is in Aquarius, if you have placements in Scorpio, more than likely you're... Oh, I'm sorry, I really hit the camera on that one. That one's really sorry for that one. Yeah, we'll just imagine that as a wave that kind of flowed through. Whew. Sorry. Everything's happening at once. Okay, that was just a whole lot of whatever that was. Now, like I was saying, the flow here, all that flow I just had, guys. It's okay, good. Having this Scorpio energy and having Saturn in Aquarius, this energy is a square. And depending on where you have your Saturn, if you have Saturn Aquarius or if you have Saturn Scorpio, you could be having your Saturn square right now. Or if you have anything that's in the earlier degrees of Scorpio, anything from like, I don't know, 16 to 1 or something like that. Any placements in these is going to be making a square to the Saturn in Aquarius that's transiting right now. So this is like why it's feeling like a challenge to really invoke the truth, so to speak. It's like to bring it out. It's making it a literal challenge for you. Also, since Earth energy is all over the Scorpio energy, it's learning to feel at home in your depths. Like I said, the darkness was coming up a lot for you guys in this reading and being at home in it. And right now, Pluto is in Capricorn, which is Scorpio Earth energy. So definitely look at where that's sitting in your placements. If it's in your creative house, it could be that it's crying out for you to get some more freedom in how you're expressing yourself, especially with 3rd house here, that expression, communication. Some of you, this learning is definitely going to be coming from you talking to people a lot. Having the 11th house activated with this hopes and dreams and friendships, and then having communication, and having this fire air energy is like a sextile energy, which makes it to where it's easy. There's opportunity that flows in between your communication and your friendships and what you're trying to create right now. And you have a lot of support. It's not just your angels, like you have people that support you in this endeavor. So don't focus as much on the people that are literally hating on what you're trying to do, and tune more into the people that are actually supportive of you, because they believe in you the same way you should believe in yourself. And some of you, this is definitely a big spiritual journey as you're going through this, which is why things are so rapid and so abundant. It's like I was saying, it's very polarizing in the very beginning. It's this heavy energy of a split going both ways, because there isn't an in-between for your guys. You're either doing really good with this Jupiter, or you're going through a lot of shit with this Saturn. So this balance is what's needed here. I know Libra isn't on here, but we do have air energy. But there's definitely, the way you're going to gain balance is through learning and forgiving yourself for not knowing everything. Like there's no way to know everything, guys. Like, definitely don't like beat yourself up for not knowing everything. Also, talking about amethyst, because this was my amethyst pile. Oh, thank you, Ruby. It is it's a multi-purpose stone, obviously. It also has smoky quartz in there as well, because this is smoky amethyst. But this energy is very connected to the upper chakras, to the 3rd eye especially. It also has a big thing with trying to help you connect to your intuition and to your gifts. So if you've been, like I said, you guys are a jack of all trades here. If you're having trouble with really understanding what those are, this is definitely showing you kind of go within, realize that it's already there, but you're like trying to find them out. You're trying to, you know, kind of discover a little bit, explore, learn. Like I said, you guys don't know everything there is to know yet. This is also really calming, and it's good for helping people study. It's actually, it actually said that somewhere. I can't remember where it said it, but it's good for helping people study and bringing clarity. And this also with the smoky energy in it is very grounding, and it brings a lot of protection from both the amethyst and the smoky energy. Very purifying. But that's what I got for my amethyst group. So let's go ahead and see what we got going on for the green moonstones. And this was the group at the beginning that just did not want to be on the camera no matter how hard I tried. So it could be you guys are actually running from something, or, I mean, I'm not even doing the reading yet. It's just what I got off of doing that. You guys could be running from something, or it could just be like you're floating around like, dude, I don't even know what the hell's going on right now. So let's see what's going on for you guys. Okay, for some of you, this is literally calling out you running, because this is Yod Destiny. Some of you are straight up running right now from this energy. Because, you know, you're just like, this is heavy. I don't know how I feel about this. Some of you, you're getting pulled in a direction right now, and it is very confusing because it's very intuitively, or just like this thing you can't control, you're being pulled to. And you might want to look to see if you got some yods running around in your chart and where they're pointing at, because that could definitely give you an indication of how to work with the energy instead. Jupiter, abundance. You guys, you're just being thrown into it. Come get it is pretty much what's happening to you guys. I use with Capricorn. This is definitely some destiny turning into career energy over here, having literal Capricorn come out with these ambitions. Some of you just don't know how to take all this energy coming at you right now. And Uranus, genius, in reverse over here, it's like, dude, I'm not feeling too smart right now with everything going on. I feel like I'm messing stuff up. And the thing is, with this energy, it's a huge rush. I mean, I can personally tell you guys that I have a yod that is in Uranus yod in Capricorn. I swear if I get called out in this, I'm gonna friggin' laugh. But this right here is basically, with this being reversed, it's feeling like you're out of your element. Things just don't really make much sense, and you're pulling things out of nowhere. Now, if you have a yod and it happens to be in Capricorn, or you have a yod somewhere going on, look at what it's doing either with your natal Uranus or the transiting Uranus, because there is something going on that is creating a blockage for you. There might be a square, there might be an opposition, or that actually might be the yod itself. That's causing a lot of confusion. It's causing frustration because you feel like things that normally flow to you are becoming kind of like, it's almost like the energy is going very, it's very restrictive, because Capricorn can be very one directional. It's not stubborn like Taurus, it's just ambition. And having this yod energy can be like this overly ambitious thing, even though you don't feel confident, because Jupiter's all about trying to make you believe in yourself. Believe in your genius, even though you're over here like, what? Like, you don't even know what the heck is happening most of the time, especially if you're going through this. If you have a natal one, which means your natal chart holds a yod, you're always going to be going through this your whole life. Now, if you have transiting yods, there's very specific times that you're going to be going through heavy feelings of this. With this coming up, this is really speaking to you. Some of you are having like the literal transiting one right now because it's calling out the Jupiter and the Uranus energy. Now, bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck, we got 4th house roots. Now, Uranus is all about tearing some stuff up. And with it being in Taurus, it's going to be tearing up the environment. Not like literally tearing up the environment, though that could be something collectively that's going on. But this is definitely energy of rebellion, being able to literally follow your own genius. Now, some of you are being held back literally by your roots, like by your family. This is something like a destiny calling over here that's like, you know, it's very different. Doesn't make any sense to your family. It does not make sense as a career. But you're using it. You're going to use this energy. You have an abundance of this energy, by the way. If it's in any way connected to Jupiter or Uranus, it's going to be slow. It's going to last a long ass time. I'm just letting you know. Because Jupiter moves a little more quick than Saturn does, but it's not like a Mercury pace where it moves like extremely quick. Uranus takes for freaking ever to do anything. So if you have one with Uranus, it's going to be chilling out for a good bit. All of these energies are trying to get you to realize that if you need to uproot yourself and you need to separate yourself in order to do and fulfill this thing that you're being pulled to do, if it's a transit, I mean, you know, it's going to be a period of time where you're doing that, whether it's a few weeks, a few months, or years, depends on the transit. If it's natal and it's really having an effect on your 10th house or your 4th house, then that means there's going to be a huge highlight with this energy. 5 of Swords. Some of you are like really fighting this hardcore. Like I was saying with how that thing did not want to be on camera. Some of you, this is going to be something that puts you in the spotlight. And that's why you're fighting it, because you do not feel comfortable in that energy. Yeah, it's like you're out of your element in that energy. Like you don't know what to expect. You feel like you're kind of powerless against this thing. Even though it's bringing in some good stuff, like having this High Priestess reversed is like, I really feel like I'm making wrong decisions somewhere, but that's your mind coming in and trying to kind of stir things up a little bit. Like you got to watch what people are saying to you and make sure that you're not taking that as your internal dialogue. And 9 of Swords, like I said, internal dialogue, guys. This is the reason you feel so blocked off. Like you're really taking people's words as your truth, when in reality it's causing you depression, anxiety, nightmares, not being able to sleep, just constantly thinking about what other people are saying. Even feeling like you don't actually have the knowledge that you actually have. It's like, use your abilities here. Like, use your discernment to see that people are doing this. Because you are giving your power away like it's no one's business over here with this Queen of Wands reversed. You could also be dealing with some very nasty people that have bad tempers and that are very manipulative. And they have energy about them that, I mean, they use you. They use your abilities, they use your genius, which makes you want to shut it down. It gives you a lot of like this grief over here because they use it for themselves and drain you of your energy, your strength, everything in order to build themselves up. If you got that going on, you need to kick it out because you got some shit to do and you ain't got time for people doing, like, you got some shit to do. 9 of Wands. This Knight's over here, like, it's time to kick this into gear. Like, we're tired of sitting around and waiting to see if something like if this person's going to change. You already got the answer. This isn't going to change. This is how this person is. And it's going to mess you up a little bit. It's probably tossing around some things you thought were true right now and feeling like you're really out of your element. But there's some movement needed. You need to move away from this energy and keep pushing forward right now. Then we have the Eight of Cups reversed underneath. Yeah, some of you are having a really hard time trying to either move away from a situation or a person that you probably feel like you owe something to, like possibly like it's almost like this feeling of either owing time or owing something of your person to them. I don't feel like it's money because there really isn't any earth energy here except for Capricorn. But, I mean, it could be that you owe someone for getting you a job, but that doesn't mean you owe them your entire being or something. And plus you're in this energy where you need to move away from whatever this person gave you anyways. It's whatever was given to you already was used. You're moving into a different energy now. You're needing to use this new energy to unlock this part of yourself that you bottled up because other people were very insecure and wanted to make you feel insecure because they were. So let's see what some of these have. We got school. So some of you, if you're in school, yes, you are literally getting pushed towards some destiny energy over here. And feeling out of your element because you don't know everything and you need the knowledge. School's going to give you the knowledge that you need. You got this. Have a little more faith in yourself. We have justice. Career that brings fairness and protection to help others who need your help. Obviously this will be looked on very well by Jupiter because it's very benevolent. This also reminds me of Libra energy, and it's coming out with this Nine of Swords, which is air energy. So there could be a lot here where things have happened and now you want to bring justice for other people. And it's not like you're necessarily looking for the recognition or the fame. This is just something that you're meant and called to do. And then you end up doing something that's out of the ordinary with it. And that's what helps you break free of some of these things. But right now it seems like a lot of turmoil. Maybe other people don't approve of this way you're taking. You also have body work, which was massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, even exercise. This could also be that your job would be physically demanding. It would require a lot of energy, require you using your willpower in order to complete it. This could be some people that just go into the work of protecting other people, whether that is like you feel like military service, police service, firefighters, anything that is like I want to like protect other people, and they're literally using their body to protect people. That could definitely be something here. And then let go. I already said that those of you that are dealing with this situation, you need to walk away from it. And even the Knight of Wands came out, walk away from it. And now you have let go, which is like, I don't know how many times you got to be told to drop this dead weight, whatever it is over here, but they're making sure you're hearing it. And then we have Builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings a deep sense of accomplishment. So some of you, the body work is you literally using your body to create things. It could be while you're in school. Maybe you're going for engineering. You could be literally being a bodybuilder for some of you, because this is body energy over here, or going into like that nutrition kind of thing, an influencer that does nutrition. Because for some reason with this being a destiny thing, I don't feel like it's a little tiny thing, especially with this distress over here and feeling insecure. It's like you have to do it. Okay, and you got artist. Engaging in artistic activities are beneficial to your career. Like, there is just a lot here. It's creative energy, but it's not like just making something. It's like you're creating a foundation, like whether it's a foundation to help people, to heal people's bodies, to build something that helps other people, inventions, because we have Uranus here, or whether it's creating art that brings justice to people. You can even be doing, I know there's the artists that actually paint bodies and create artistry by doing the paintings that way. But the thing in here is like saying you gotta let go of this thing that's draining you, whether it's a person or a situation. You gotta just drop that thing and start moving into this new energy, because this is working its way in slowly or rapidly, depending on where you got this placed. You got trust. Once again, we're gonna have some trust coming out here with this destiny thing, because they like reiterating you gotta trust when you're being pushed into this stuff. And plus there's that Five of Swords over there, so it's like you gotta trust that things are gonna work out instead of feeling like everything's a huge loss. Oh, that one flew out. Ask your angels. It like jumped out at me. Some of you feeling this major blockage with this High Priestess reversed right here is literally because it's like you're feeling shut out, but it's like you're being told you can do this, okay? There's even like this big angel wing kind of thing in this justice thing. So you guys are being told, especially Jupiter with spirituality and beliefs over here, that kind of open yourselves up. Some of you need to learn a little more about your spirituality so you become more invested in it, so you feel more comfortable with like asking for help and opening your intuition in that way. Got compromise over here. So with this justice, I feel some of you could actually be lawyers and helping people reach compromise. Coming into things that are actually fair and just for people, defending people that need defending. Just be careful with what you choose to do with this compromise. Make sure you aren't compromising your health, your mental health, your physical health. Be careful what you're choosing to compromise, because having this Nine of Swords with this expansive energy means that when you dive into this industry or this endeavor or whatever it is, whether you're dealing with body work and justice or both of them combined together, make sure that you're not compromising your health in any way. And that what you're choosing to compromise is probably this thing that drains the crap out of you and kicking that out of your life so you have the energy to do what you love. And then we have, okay, I just said that and it said improving health. Okay, guys, body work and letting go improves your health with whatever this draining ass thing is in your life. Like, this is, I feel like all of you have something that is extremely draining, and you know what it is, whatever it is I'm talking about. You guys know what it is. You know what this feeling of being used is like. You know how it affects your body. You know you need to let go, and you know your health will improve if you let it go. So you got to believe in yourself, because this popped out with it, and move forward. Like, believe in your genius, believe in your passions that you want, and that you can build your future, because you're a builder over here. And then we have no this bottom of the deck energy. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, they really got this energy against this. Like, there is a thing you're doing right now is big fat no. You're just over here like dealing with this. If you're compromising your health and you're doing all this and you're having trouble trusting this direction here and tapping in because you're not letting go of this thing, it's telling you no. That's no. It's like they're this is so mean, but it's like they're taking a little newspaper and hitting your nose. It's like, that's not what we're telling you to do. And if you don't understand, talk to us, please. Low. No seems to be the answer. In like some way, but it depends on what you're looking at here. So this, if you are compromising your health in any way, the answer is no. And if you don't understand why, talk to them. You need to believe and you need to trust that it is not the right thing, even if you are so used to it and it's ingrained in your being that you need to be doing this thing. You need to realize that any compromise of your health is not the right path here. So let's see what your dice say. Got 4. Let's get one more. Okay, so we got a 10th house, fiery energy. We got Pluto and Earth, which is Capricorn. We have Capricorn. We have Capricorn back here. We have first house with air and second house with water. I do want to address this. We have a Capricorn card. We got the Capricorn Earth, and we got Pluto Earth, which is in Capricorn. This transit with Pluto is doing something to you guys. Maybe it is part of a yod or making a yod or something. And if it is, Pluto is the slowest moving planet. That thing's going to be sitting there for a couple years. So this is why you cannot compromise your health. If you're compromising your health, especially Pluto sitting in your 6th house, if you're compromising this, what you're doing is basically building up to where you're going to lose everything. Because if you lose your health, ow, my finger, if you lose your health, what ends up happening is you can't do what you love. You can't do the purpose in the first place if you decide, oh, I'm going to compromise my health for this. Now, there might be some belief systems, there might be some mental attitudes that need compromising. Those things, if they are healthy for you, are the right thing. Now, having the air first house again, people definitely see you as someone they can come and dump their words on. Like I was saying, you definitely got a situation or a person in your life that uses you for certain things and drains your energy. And at the same time makes you feel insecure. They might do things that make you very aware of your body and make you feel insecure. And that makes you kind of like, pull away and let them be the spotlight, and they drain you. This could also be someone that is very jealous of literally these different aptitudes that you have. And it's like they're trying to do it, but they don't understand why certain things come to you. It's because this is supposed to be your thing, okay? Like, your career is supposed to be rapid. It's supposed to do these things. And the person that, especially with fire and this being the wand energy, the letting go of this person that is really bearing down on what you should be doing over here that's affecting your health, they need to go. They need to be purged, pretty much. Like, this is another confirmation of purging this, because 10th house is Capricorn energy. It's like there is someone really, it could be a Capricorn in your life, or a Scorpio, or a fire sign that is just really draining the shit out of you. And you need to be able to stand up for yourself. You need to be able to speak, because this air energy, you need to be able to communicate and say what you're willing to compromise. You need to actually say, like, this, like, you are having an effect on me and I need space. You need boundaries when it comes to self-worth, because when you have water, much like Pisces energy, it can make it to where boundaries just don't exist. And it's really hard to feel self-worth when you distance yourself from people because you want the closeness. Now, if you have this going on, yes, this is pretty much, again, you are compromising your health. You need to build a boundary that protects you. This is probably a lot of very empathic people, especially since you're over here with this justice energy and body work, probably like really in tune to energy, especially having this environment with water, the second house, is almost like being very in tune to your environment, to changes and all these kinds of things. Which makes it very easy for people to try to suppress your talents while using your abilities. So you got to be very careful with that. But this is what I'm seeing from my green moonstone. And green moonstone, like other moonstones, very connected to the moon, intuition, emotion, all these kinds of things. Psychic gifts. And it's also connected to the feminine energy, allowing things to come to you. That magnetism. But you also, since this is green moonstone, it deals a lot with green properties, which would deal with the heart chakra. It's going to deal with that love in relationships, love for self, actually having loving, fulfilling relationships that build you up instead of tear you down. Having that with yourself, definitely. And realizing that if you're being pulled to something and you feel like your mind's off, lean more into your emotions and your intuition, because you guys definitely have a lot more mental energy flying around than you're allowing your emotions to clear out. And also it can be representative of nature as well. So let's put the pyrites right here. So this is going to be my last pile, my pyrites, to see this career, destiny, purpose, energy, and see what's going on here. Some of you definitely have some meticulous detail energy over here. You notice the slightest thing that's out of place or doesn't seem right. Kind of perfectionist tendencies. We're gonna get Capricorn out as the first card. Yeah, I got perfectionist tendencies. I run myself into the ground with them. Okay, so you guys are going to have some similar energy to the last pile. And the way this is playing out is different, though. You might have some similar things popping up, like maybe you have similar planets or like the transits, but you're probably getting different houses being affected by this. And you had two wanting to come out over here, so we're going to scoot this out just a little bit, see if I can fit them. So you have Capricorn, I use Uranus, Genius, reversed, lunar eclipse, changes reversed. You have Black Moon, Lilith, mystery, and you have Libra, I balance. And these two came out together. This is very interesting energy because you have the will and the determination to do things, but you have this problem with changing your mind a lot. And I mean, that kind of goes with this Libra energy over here. It can be indecisive, but it's like you get these ideas and you start to work on them. You get all this ambition and then you change your mind. It's like you start doubting yourself. And it's like your intuition's trying to guide you. You guys have a very raw energy. And you have to learn to balance it, is the whole thing. Because, yes, there is a lot of mystery around you. People probably don't know what the hell's going on with you or in your head. But it's like there needs to be a balance here of your ambitions and finishing things. If I was to say anything, it's almost like you guys lose interest if things don't start really shaping up quickly. It's like not having patience. This group is you need to learn balance between this, because if you keep dropping your ideas and changing your mind just because things take a while to do, because Capricorn, it's going to take a bit, it's going to take work. You're trying to build something here. You guys could be seeing repeating twos also. And then you have Jupiter return with benefits. And this is so blue. If you guys have a Jupiter Pisces, or Pisces Jupiter, I mean, natally in your chart, this can be that you're blocking yourself from the Jupiter return blessings. Because Jupiter returns love bringing some shit in. But if you're constantly changing your mind and you're not just like learning the balance between trying some things, taking a break and coming back, and you're just abandoning things, it's pretty much everything you start is an incomplete blessing. Like it can't come into its full extent. So you're kind of stunting yourself by doing this. So let's see what's going on over here with this energy you guys have going on. Oh, you guys are just a jumpy bit, aren't you? Yeah, you guys having some issues here. You're stuck on certain things. It's almost like you change your mind. You probably had something that didn't... It's like you're emotionally invested in it. It didn't work out. It could have been a creative project, and you put a lot of ambition, a lot of work, a lot of time in it, and it didn't pan out. So now when things take longer than an expected time for you, you drop it. It's like a very raw wound that you guys have, that you're being told is blocking you completely from your creativity over here with this Knight of Wands. It's like you need some movement. Is there something flipped over in here? Oh no, it just seemed like there was something. You guys definitely get distracted a lot. Then we have the Star reverse. Yeah, you guys definitely had something that did not pan out how you wanted it to, and you were forced to move, and you still think about it. That's what keeps you from really going full throttle with what you want to do, is because you keep hitting a wall, like, but what if it doesn't turn out right like the other thing? What if it falls apart? It's like all of a sudden, it's like you get a burst of energy, you start doing something, then you stop. Because you don't want to be a failure again, so you'd rather stop before it's a failure. It's like trying to choose to be a failure, when in reality you got the world over here that's waiting for you to like step into this energy. Even though it seems like really scary because you don't know what it is, it's a big mystery. It's your depths that you keep walking away from, basically. There's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of abundance. There is just this big energy of change. And it's this thing up here. Like you change your mind, but it's like this is a change in you doing that. This is you learning to stick to your guns and keep moving forward. And learning, there's a difference between a break and giving up. Yeah, because you guys are kind of off balance right now with your Magician being in reverse. You feel like you don't really have much to offer. When you do, you're kind of stuck in this cycle of, I'm going to try to make something. It doesn't look like what I want. So I'm going to try to move on to something else, but I can't do anything else. It's like you guys are stuck in this perpetual cycle here. You also have the King of Wands reversed on the bottom of the deck. You guys have this energy that's like screaming, like, let me be creative. Like raw creative. Not like just like, you know, doing it for fun. It's like you guys need to purge through your creativity. And you're really stunting yourself by changing your mind every time something gets a little tough over here, instead of like going through it and allowing your emotions to happen, instead of like holding on to them and not letting yourself process them, you're going to keep making this cycle over and over again. When you actually hold a lot of potential, you just keep giving up on yourself over. It's like a repeating record where you just keep repeating the same thing to yourself. Like, you're really emotionally attached to whatever this thing is that's keeping you from really committing. And protected. See, this is what I was talking about. You guys are taken care of with this energy. You're just blocking yourself. You're feeling insecure, like you can't do this, especially if it's starting your own business. It's like you think about doing it and then you keep stopping, trying it again and stopping. This is pretty much like trying to tell you to go with it, and these fell out. Yeah, heart's desires falls out here. It's like you're protected, do what you want, go with your heart's desires. You're on the right path. Like, come on, guys. And then you have yoga. It's like this whole thing, they didn't even give you a thing here. It's like you're on the right path. You keep doing it, and then you keep giving up on yourself, and you're being told quit giving up on yourself. If anything, you need to like do something to calm your mind. If you're feeling like you need to turn away and run from something, go do something that calms you down. Take a break. Learn not to run away. Learn to take breaks and to revisit. If there are things you completely dropped, this would be a good time to go back and revisit them, instead of being in this energy where it's like, I'm going to keep doing this cycle where I make more stuff and drop it. Like, go and revisit something you thought wasn't good enough before and be creative with it, instead of telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you're just going to keep doing this over and over again. You're not good enough for what you want. Like, you are so down on yourself. And career change. It's like some of you are literally just afraid of the change that's coming when you finally decide to go with this. Like I was saying, if you're planning on doing your own business and you keep starting something up and then just trashing it, you need to let yourself do this. And be a little more kind to yourself and how you're talking to yourself here. So let's see what we got coming out here. I'm sitting here staring at the Pyrite. Like, there's gonna be something here about money, and you guys get abundance popping out over here. Like, I'm telling you guys, you got freaking Capricorn over there. Capricorn's that career. We're gonna make some money here. Use your gifts and make money. We got remain positive. Like, this feels like the group that you know what your purpose is and you gave up on yourself. This is really what this group feels like. Like, you know that you would be good at it, you know you could do it, and you keep starting it and you keep losing faith in yourself over and over and over again. And it's become such a cycle that it's like it's almost like you're subconsciously making it your self-fulfilling prophecy. When in reality, if we just need a little bit of a gear change here, we need to start looking at this a little different. Maybe even, like I said, if you're revisiting some of these things, what would be very beneficial to you is to revisit them with a new pair of eyes. Look at them in a way of, how can I add something to this? Don't even be like, how can I improve it? Because that's saying that it's not good enough. It's like you're like, I'm wanting to add more to my ideas. I'm wanting to expand. This energy is like, use everything at your disposal, and because you have a lot of it. There's a lot of things here. You have a lot of talents, even though you're selling yourself short over here, that you can use to create with. Be assertive. Like, you guys are really being told, just step into your energy and own it. Like, own that you're doing these things. Take care of your body too with this yoga thing. That it's not just like doing yoga. This is like peace of mind, peace of body, peace of spirit and heart. It's like being calm within your body. And then we got communicate clearly over here. Like I said, some of you literally are repeating this cycle a lot because you're refusing to show this raw side of yourself. When that is like every time you start creating, whether you're creating a podcast, whether you're creating videos or you're writing, whatever you're doing, whenever you start reaching this dark place and you start pulling the creativity from there, all of a sudden you try to shut it down. And that's where your potential's hiding. And this is what you need to communicate. Like, you're doing the right thing when you're doing this. And that's why it feels like things start moving forward. That energy starts moving forward when you're doing it. And then all of a sudden it stops. Because you're like, wait, like this feels very uncomfortable. I don't want to do this. It's like you stop yourself. You're like, I can't do this. And it's like you keep beating that into your head. And then you guys, I don't know what it is. I feel like this year is just going to be a heavy year for people. And it's going to be a building year. Obviously, building communities. Saturn's doing a lot of shit. It's about building structure. This year from now for you guys, it's going to take you a while to get through this energy. Because one, you have to learn to be assertive. That's at the center of all this thing. Be assertive about what you want, which is going to be hard for you guys. Because it's like once you start doing something and you give up on it, it's like you being assertive is literally you telling yourself, I'm going to do this. It takes some work because you lost a lot of faith in yourself. So it's like, for one, the healing of this energy is going to take a while. This isn't saying that you will not, like, in any way be doing your career before this time. Like, I feel like you guys will be doing it once you start being a little lighter on yourself. You can go ahead and start it. You're doing the right thing. But what's going to take you this time is learning how to heal your mindset, how to heal your voice, how to use it to talk, so that way you can communicate your heart, so that you can say what your heart really wants, instead of feeling like the abundance that you have is literally an abundance of like stuff you started and never finished. It's basically learning to use the abundance that comes in to keep adding to this new view that you have of yourself. And then just in case, they want to give you a little bit of encouragement here with the situation will improve. Like I said, this is going to get better for you guys. You're stuck in a cycle that once you realize what the cycle is and you start taking these changes towards the cycle and start like making progress, things are going to improve. And it's not going to take a year for them to improve. This is like the accumulation of all this hard work is going to be like, you're going to see the benefits of everything a year from now. Whether that is, that's full on abundance, like money, emotional stability, creativity. Like if you guys want a platform, because there's Aquarius energy in here, whatever it is, it's like the full view of it will be here a year from now, which actually isn't that long of a time to be trying to do all this stuff. So even though it sounds like a long time, it really isn't, because you're trying to work through a lot. And this is a lot of buried pain that you're having to revisit and learn, and then unlearn how you're talking to yourself. So definitely communicate with yourself clearly what you want to do. Take time for yourself. And don't beat yourself up if certain things happen. If there are things that you're just not interested in anymore, don't force yourself to do those things. Go to things that really light you up and make you happy. Because the more you do that, the more you're going to be able to kind of step into this energy easier. It turned into a roast. And then come on, that last little guy wanted to come out. There we go. And here's the 5 here. We have Scorpio, Scorpio's just wanting to show up today. We have Neptune. Third house has been very prominent. Okay, third house is very prominent for this group. There two. You guys see him repeating threes? Like 2 Scorpios, you guys? Oh my god. Okay. This energy, especially this communicating clearly and being assertive. Communicate clearly, this air energy. Be assertive, this fire energy. Straight up communication here, like with you guys. Fire and air form a sextile. This forms opportunity. The more assertive and clearly you communicate, the more opportunities you create for yourself. The more you can actually visualize your heart's desires actually coming to fruition here. And the thing is, with the air and fire right now, we do have the Aquarius Saturn sextiling the Chiron Aries that we have right now. A lot of healing. Like I said, this group seems to be having a lot of healing they need to do that's going to take some time. You guys especially, it seems like there is, especially Capricorn up there as your first card. You have this energy going right now where you're working through karma and you're building karma with this sextile right now, with how much you're healing this year. That's why this year from now thing is so prominent. The stuff you're healing while Saturn is in Capricorn and Chiron's in Aries is, Saturn's in Aquarius, not Capricorn. While Saturn's in Aquarius and having that sextile to Chiron and Aries, all of this benefits, all of these things will balance out. This Libra energy is going to balance the scales a year from now, and this is where everything's going to tip, depending on what you do with these energies. Having this Scorpio energy here, having it as fire and earth energy, we already know that Pluto's chilling off in Capricorn right now. But this fiery Scorpio energy, this is a challenge that's being presented to you guys. Like I said, there are depths to you guys that you pull a lot of power from, like this Scorpio thing. And it's a challenge because you need to ground this energy, but you also need to allow the right amount of passion. So it's like allowing yourself the freedom to explore the depths, to light an actual torch down there and start like discovering things about yourself, and then bringing it up and out into physical reality, because you need to be able to ground these things. For a lot of you, the reason this is happening right now and it's hard for you is there's a lot of secrets coming out, a lot of things needing to be uncovered. That's why you need to communicate. It's like you don't want to mince words with what you're trying to learn so you can like move forward right now. Because there's a lot of cycles with this World card that are needing to be completed. Now, with Neptune over here, coming in and throwing its sense in here, talking about that 12th house of surrender, this is like a lot of you really feeling like you need to have some way, some concrete way with this earth energy of grounding your dreams, making your dreams a reality. And that's why you keep giving up over and over again. It's like, how do I pull this and put it here? Because I can dream a whole lot of stuff up, but once I get to the part where I actually have to ground it somewhere so I can make something of it, I lose it. And the thing is, it's because you're lacking that confidence in yourself. You get a rush going and then you give up once you hit a bump. And that's why when you hit those bumps, you need to start looking at it differently. This is almost like having your hangman moment where you're starting to learn new perspectives. You're starting to actually be more objective. You could be feeling this on, obviously, this 8 of Cups reversed and all this Scorpio energy on a very emotionally deep level right now, but you need to be able to balance your creativity and your emotions, because the depth of your emotions is literally the depth of your creativity. Like, learning to balance those and utilize and transmute them is going to bring you a lot of positive energy. It's going to open you up. It's going to heal you. And it's also going to bring, it's going to bring abundance in every area of your life. I don't know how many times I got to say that, but it's going to be like this thing that you're pretty much thinking you couldn't attain, especially with the star reverse. You felt like you'd never be able to get it. But it's like, this is what you want. It's the right thing to do. You just have to choose yourself and do it. Like, this be assertive combined with all this energy is like, change your mindset and go after what you want. Even if you feel like there's no way you can get it, how are you going to know if you don't try? It's pretty much what this is doing here. Even with this Gemini thing, try stuff. Like, learn something new. Try to do something so that you're not just sitting stuck in a rut. If you feel like one thing isn't working for you, allow yourself to do something else. But realize that giving up on your heart's desires, giving up on the things that is, especially if you feel like it brings you a lot of pain. And I know this is a weird thing to say, but if it brings you a lot of pain and you're working through it, especially all this freaking Scorpio energy and the Lilith, it's like I said, you guys are a very raw energy. This pain that's buried, that you feel isn't desirable, isn't something that people would want, people can't connect to, they'll connect on a very deep level. You just have to get that confidence out to know that all of this stuff you've been telling yourself, that it's not good enough, it's not it's not going to turn out how I want it to be, I don't deserve it, like all these different things you keep telling yourself to talk yourself out of it. You need to be positive and then be assertive about it. Be assertive with how you're talking to yourself. When that little voice comes in, you tell it to shut up. And you do what you want to do here. Like, you have what you need completely with this creativity here. And then with Pyrite for this group, like I was saying, I was staring at it and I'm like, where is the card going to be that says abundance? There is going to be somewhere where there's abundance for the group that chose Pyrite. And that's because this is the stone of luck, abundance. It's the stone of money, of grounding. And since this actually has hematite in it, it's also protection. Because hematite is a very protective stone. It's a very cleansing. It wards off negative energy. It helps you gain confidence because this golden color is solar plexus. It's gaining confidence in yourself. It's being able to be assertive because you have that confidence. And going after your heart's desires is literally that inner child. Like, what does your inner child want? That raw hurt energy that's hiding underneath. It's like you keep attempting it, but you keep giving up on yourself. Have strength, guys. Like, you guys can push through this. You can do it. You have a lot to offer here, but you have to learn to transmute your pain into beauty. And that's another thing with Libra. It's like those cards came out together. It's like learning to transmute that pain into some beautiful things. And you're very, very talented. You just keep selling yourself short and blocking off all your gifts because you're like, I suck. It's like, you guys talked so mean to yourselves. And it's going to take you a bit. Like I said, like, you have a year from now up here. It's going to take you a little bit. But things are going to keep improving the more you keep adding good, how can I put this? Like, more positive thoughts to literally how you're communicating with yourself. In a way, you can be your own biggest hindrance with this energy. But give yourself time. Things are going to improve before a year from now. Like, it's going to improve. You guys got that. It's going to happen quicker, but this whole thing, you're not going to be seeing the complete change and looking back at how much you changed until a year. And just know, you guys, as challenging as it is to dive into that deep place, it's going to be so rewarding for you and so healing. And it's going to build you a lot of really good karma. especially if you haven't had your Saturn return yet, you're going to be building some really good karma when it comes to digging this stuff out. Oh my gosh, Ruby. Really? But yeah, that's what I'm going to do for you guys today. Thank you for the new followers. That was super sweet. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I mean, there's 2 pick-a-cards now. I gotta edit them and put them on my YouTube, but there'll be a love pick-a-card, and now there's gonna be a career pick-a-card and destiny and all this stuff. So that, I mean, if you guys like 2 pick-a-cards better than having a collective or mixing it up, hey, I'm all up for suggestions. I like giving you guys the guidance you need. I love you guys too. Take care of yourselves. And I will be seeing you guys on Monday. Oh my gosh, it's Monday. My brain. I'll be seeing you guys on Wednesday, if I can talk right. And then I'm going to be going over the new moon in Pisces on Wednesday. So we're going to be doing that. So have a good night, you guys. And I'll see you on Wednesday.